Yates then Crewe away. Mark, obviously you've lost Jack Butland since last weekend, but presumably every confidence in Scott Brown, experienced goalkeeper, and actually he's done this coming back in before after you've lost Jack as well.
Yeah, not a problem for me in the slightest. We always knew it might be something that could happen. And one door closes for Jack, but another opportunity for Scott, and he can consider himself very unlucky that he lost out his place, to be fair. But when you get a chance to tell the England under-21 keeper who's done so well for us, we had to do it. Scott has been brilliant. He's been an ultimate professional. I've had chats with him down the line as well while he's been out of the team, and his attitude's been spot on. And his performances for the reserves, had a couple of reserve games. He's ready for it, and I know he'll do himself proud.
And it seems a little bit bizarre that following yesterday's announcement, I don't realise it, but Jack in the running for the Olympic squad as well. I mean, just amazing to have had a potential Olympian here at Cheltenham.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. If it is, then great. He's a young goalkeeper with a future, and we've just delighted that we've had him, delighted that he's been here, and thank everybody concerned. But down to our matters, Scott is a very good keeper, and he'll be fine. And
this a massive game, obviously, for you because
because it's our next one. No other reason. We all know what's at stake. We all know we're 4 points ahead of them, and if we do go there and get a positive result, they can't catch us. So that would certainly help us. But the most important game of the season because it's our next, like every game's been, like Accrington was last week, like Rotherham the week before, and Barnet the week before that, the game before that. We know the importance of it, and we go into it on the back of a good win, a performance that I look back on was probably better than I thought immediately after the game. A lot of positives to come out of it. We've just won 2 out of the last 3 games, and we're looking forward to Saturday.
Obviously, you can secure the playoff spot on Saturday. Would you rather do it sooner rather than later?
Of course we would. Yeah, of course we would. But you can't predict anything in this league. It's tough. I could tell you who's playing who, and between now and the end of the season, and I couldn't tell you who you'd beat, who you'd think you might pick up points against. We've got to approach it like we do every game, properly, prepare properly, make sure we've done our homework. The boys will know what they need to know, and how we're going to go there and try and get 3 points.
Obviously, they're probably the form team in the country at the moment. I think the longest unbeaten run of any side at the moment, 13 games. What have you made of their run, which has just seen them spring from nowhere almost?
I think they've always been in and around it with that chance. I think they've done very well, and Steve's done a good job there. They've got some good players, bottom line, and we know we're going to have our hands full dealing with them. But we're a good side as well. We've got some good players ourselves. And we're going to go and approach it like we do every game. They're in there fighting. They've got a chance at the playoffs. We're 4 points above them, so we'd like to think we have too. So, we no different to any other Saturday.
And you talk about your side being a young side. There's even younger again. I mean, I think it's the lad Powell, isn't it, who's been running things for them coming from midfield of late.
He's a good player. They've got plenty of them. They've got 11 good players and players on the bench who can make a difference. Listen, we've got good players. We know what they're about. Like I said, the team will know what we think their strengths and weaknesses are, but we focus on ourselves like we do every game. They've been on a good run. They've been on a great run. You just said that, but they're still 4 points behind us. So, we're not doing too bad ourselves.
I'll mention it, but presumably, hopefully you won't mention it. It won't be in the players' minds, the 8-1 from a couple of years ago?
Not a couple of years ago, last year. It's been on my mind every day since then. We can go and exercise a few demons, if you like, but it's a different squad. There might be 3-4 players playing in that game, playing on Saturday, played in that game. So, it just shows how far we've come as a squad, how far we've come as a team, as a club, that we can go and put that right. They play very well on the day. We've got to be focused, of course we have, but we can go and put that right, and we can not only will we put it right if we do, but it'll mean something as well.
Sido John Batty available again. How hard a decision is it between him and Keith Lowe, or could you do something different?
I could do anything different. Yeah, I've got a number of options. He's played in different positions before for us. Whichever way we go, we go up there fully prepared. We'll go up there, confident, with belief and trust in the group of players that we've put trust in all season, and I expect them to go and perform. I expect them to go and get a result. It's going to be tough. We're going to have to work our socks off. We're going to have to dig in at times, but we've got some good players ourselves, and respectful but far from fearful.
And just the way that Keith has played in the last few games, particularly the goal and I think the man of the match performance last weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want, isn't it? You want these tough decisions.
Of course I do. If that makes my job more difficult, but it means we've won games. It means I'm not changing teams because we're not picking up results. We've won 2 out of the last 3, possibly deserve something against Rotherham. But whatever team I pick, we'll go to try and win the game. Sido can play in a number of positions. I want my players who come into the team and get a chance to excel, and Keith certainly did that. So whatever I do is going to be a tough decision for us, but like I say, we've got a group of players, and it's been about the group all season, not just the 11. So that'll continue today and through to Saturday.
Obviously, you look for performances, but at this stage of the season, would you accept the result above the performance?
Of course I would. Of course I would. We need 3 points on Saturday to possibly secure our place. Of course I would. I'd take 1-0 right now, and there'd be nobody in the football world who wouldn't. That said, the way we approach it, the way we go about our business is, if we perform right, it's Thursday now, we've got 48 hours plus to kick off. If we go and put in a performance, that will give us more chance of a result. So that's what it's about now. Of course, at 4:45 on Saturday, then it's all about the 3 points.
Injuries, how's the squad?
Yeah, fine. We got 1 or 2 bumps and bruises, aches and pains that it's been a long season for a few, but apart from that, we're okay.
Thank you. Good luck.
My pleasure.
Would you say the 8-1 was the worst day of your managerial career so far?
Yeah, I certainly would. Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was poor. And whatever we didn't go. We put defenders on to shore us up, and we conceded penalties, and it was a day to forget, John. Those days make you stronger sometimes, and like I said before, it just shows how far we've come as a club. That I hope we're not going to go there and get beat 8-1 again. But it was completely different circumstances, pretty much a completely different set of players, and I'm pretty confident it's not going to be 8-1.
I mean, in a funny way, did that result help the progress you made this season, because did it make you think, we've got a bit more work here to do than we thought we did? Certain players. I think it highlighted a few things. And it was probably a defining moment in highlighting the few deficiencies we had. But we always knew it was going to be a long, hard task, a lot of hard work, and we never underestimated that. And one game didn't necessarily show that too much, but it certainly highlighted it. 1 year on, and you're 1 win away from the playoffs. I mean, have you surprised yourself this season, or did you?
Not really. I think we surprised a few people outside the club. I think we've got some really good players. I think the work ethic about the squad is superb, and it has been about the group. It's not been about an 11. We have players who can come in and make a difference, and that's been a big plus for us. Where we didn't have that last year, it was about the 11 I could get out there every week, and the players have done themselves proud, and I just want them to, get over that finishing line as quickly as they can, and then we can start preparing. But only then, we've got a really tough game. We know Crewe are one of the form teams in the country, sure. They've got lots of good players. We know that they play a certain way, and they keep playing that way, and that's credit to them. But we've got to go there full of confidence, full of belief in what we've been trying to do all season, and make sure we see through.
Yeah, we were talking about Jack earlier, and the long-term loans you've had. Do Jimmy Spencer and Luke Garbutt and Jack, do you think that's been a key factor in the improvement this season?
You know, we've got more things right than we've got wrong this season, and you know, the loans have been decent. You know, the two that we've taken short term are contributing big parts to the team as well and to the club as well. You know, we're happy with the progress the club's making, and we've just got to keep our foot on the gas and keep asking and keep demanding more off each other, and that's the only way we're going to take the club forward.
You got a pretty good idea of who you want to keep around next season, the current bunch?
Well, I want to keep them all. I don't think it's time for that. I don't think it's, you know, we'll sit down and talk as and when, you know, we have an idea, but our focus is purely on making sure this season's a success.
Yeah. Cheers, man.